Welcome back to Chit Chats, everybody. My name is Antonio.
My name is Brennen.
And I'm Donavan.
And let's have a chit chat.
What the fuck, Dean?
Let's do it.
I totally blocked you.
Okay. For some reason, like behind you, Antonio, it was like dark, and then Dean just emerged from the shadow.
I know that was
He's eating a fucking
that was
bell
the point.
pepper.
He is eating a bell pepper. Yes.
Nice bell pepper.
You know what? I still respect that more than you eating a tomato like that. So.
You know what?
You ate a
Same.
tomato like that?
What?
You ate a tomato like that just by itself?
Yeah.
That is literally so gross. You are disgusting. You're
just gonna get out of here. You're not in this episode anymore.
Okay.
Thank you, Dean.
Dean also eats mac and cheese with ketchup, so like his food.
Okay, we're getting sidetracked. That's true, though. We are getting sidetracked. So that was the intro. So yeah,
This fucking show becomes.
welcome to Chit Chats. How are you guys doing tonight? Cool. Glad we get these up. These two got jobs, so they're tired from their jobs. I got nothing. My life is barren, but that's
Just
okay. Because you know what? Today we're going to be talking about a time in our lives that wasn't uneventful, but maybe it was more uneventful than it is now, depending on who you ask. But that being said, we're going to talk about high school stories. That's what we're going to do today. Okay?
Hey.
God. Okay, yeah, as we know, we did a middle school episode, and now we're doing a high school episode.
Okay.
So I'm trying to get the energy up, okay?
Really? I had as
I'm
much
with you, I'm
energy
with
as
you.
you guys, but I don't.
It's okay. We'll get the energy up as soon as we start talking about Brennen's his class where he where he pulled his pants. Someone pulled his pants down in front of everyone. Then he'll get his energy up, right, Brennen? That happened, right?
No.
Right?
No.
Okay. Well,
That's
No.
a classic story, right?
it's a class. You know what? We'll manifest it. That actually. I don't know what I'm talking about. So let's go on to stories that actually did happen. You know what, Brennen? Why don't you start? We all went to the same high school as we went to the same middle school. We all went to the same high school. That high school we went to was very close to the middle school we went to.
I have a lot of I have a lot of good stories, but not a lot of them involve
me.
you guys. Well, because a lot of my good stories involve like me and my shop classes.
Right. Okay.
Yeah.
I mean, you can still.
I have one that involves Cody.
Okay. Yeah, you can tell
So
that.
I'll tell that one. I think I've technically told you guys before, but it's funny. So if I've ever shown, it would be hard to show on camera because it's healed a lot over the years. I have a dent in this finger on the top of my finger, and it happened in shop class, and me and Cody.
Mm-hmm. Everyone knows Cody. He's right there. He's behind Brennen.
God, I fucking hate people. There's people out in the park. Fucking Cody's out in the park.
Cody's out in the park right now.
He's gonna break your other finger.
God damn it, Cody.
But so we stayed after school because Cody needed help with some projects, and I was already in advanced metals at the time, so he was still in basic. He's like, "Hey, can you help me with some shit?" And I was like, "Yeah, of course." So I stayed after school with him, and I was helping him, showing him how to do wire welding. And we were just going along like normal. And then, by the way, this story gets a little gory. Just FYI.
Boring or gory?
Gory.
Oh, goody. Okay.
Okay.
Can't wait.
And so we're sitting there, and I'm teaching him how to wire weld. And then I was like, I told him, I was like, okay, do the line here on this corner. And so he did it, and I was like, yeah, this looks pretty good, but I think you may have missed a spot over here. Let's go clean it up on the wire wheel. Wire wheel are like these really thick wires that spin really fast, and they clean up metal really nicely. But they're also solid steel wire, and it moves really fast. So I made him walk over to the wire wheel, and I'm like showing him how to clean it. And then like as I'm showing him, I noticed this little speck on the side of the metal, and I was like, "Damn, should I grind that off and get rid of the chance of it getting caught on the inside of the wire wheel. Nah, I'm sure it'll be fine. So I go to start cleaning it, showing him how to clean it, and it fucking gets caught on the inside of the wire wheel and sucks in the piece of metal and shoots out the back.
Oh shit!
And I was like, oh damn. So I'm all looking around for this piece of metal that's still hot and like, oh, where'd the metal go? You know, and Cody's grabbing my shoulder and he's like, Brennen. And I was like, hold on, I'm just trying to find the metal. Finally, Cody physically grabs me, turns me around and says, look at your hand. And I look at my hand and I cut off a piece of my finger and there's blood dripping
oh my
down my
god!
hand and all over the floor. And Cody's like,
shit.
that's not good.
How did you not feel that?
I didn't feel it at all. And then finally, we now know that I completely cut off the pain receptor, like the nerve, like damaged it.
Oh, okay.
Because like 2
Did you
weeks
freak
later,
out?
no, I was good. Everyone else was freaking out, and I was chilling.
Wait, I'm sorry. Was it just you and Cody, or was there other? Like,
there was no one else. There was one other student in the class who was a junior, and then there was just the 2 teachers.
I'm sorry, you might have mentioned it, but what year was this?
Freshman year.
Oh, this was freshman year. Okay.
Yeah, this was freshman year, second semester, because I was in advanced levels and Cody was basic.
Wow.
Damn.
And so
I remember this.
the assistant teacher comes running over and he's like, we need to get you to the nurse's office, and everyone's freaking the fuck out. Cody's kind of just like checking on me. My friend Mason, who was the junior in there at the time, he was freaked out probably the most. He kept checking on me, like, are you okay? You good? You good? You know, stuff like that. So we got it wrapped up, and then he walks me to the nurse's office, and we get there. And by the time we get there, the napkin's like soaked again with blood.
Jeez.
And the nurse is like, oh shit. And so she like starts cleaning it, and he's like, I wonder if you have to get stitches. And I was like, oh, that'll be interesting. And she gets it clean enough to where she can see the wound, and she goes, no, you're not going to need stitches. There's nothing there to stitch. And instead of cutting it, I just like took a chunk out.
Wow.
And so she got it to stop bleeding long enough to get it cleaned like professionally and get a bandage on it. And everyone was super worried about me, and I just said, cool, thanks. And I fucking took the bus home. Went home by myself and shit.
Wow.
What a strong man.
That's crazy.
But like I said, and then randomly, like a week later, we're pretty sure that I killed the like pain receptors and like the nerves because of how deep it was. So I didn't feel a thing for like a week. And randomly, like a week later, just chilling there in class, and all of a sudden I was like, ow, oh, god damn, ow. Like all the pain just flushed at me.
Wow.
Like came rushing at me at once.
It's like your pain receptors were like growing back or something.
Yeah, pretty much. It's like they finally healed, and they're like, hey, we're damaged, by the way.
Yeah.
The whole thing.
Yeah.
We're like really damaged, so we're going to need you to feel pain.
Yeah.
Wow. I knew that you got like a chunk of your finger cut off, or like it got cut off somehow, but I didn't know the full story. So
Yeah.
that's crazy. Wow. Starting off strong. I can only imagine how freaked out Cody was by that. Like, I mean,
I'll never forget Cody grabbing my shoulder because I was bent over, looking for this metal. Cody grabs the shoulder, turns me around, grabs my and says, "Look at your hand." I'm just like, oh, there's just blood pouring down my hand.
Yeah.
God.
Oh, we're starting off strong. Just a chunk of Brennen's finger getting cut off.
Yep.
That's pretty. That's not a lighthearted story. Not as lighthearted as I
the
thought
way
it would
that
be.
Brennen told it, I feel like Brennen told it in such a lighthearted way.
Yeah, like no big deal.
Like it was no big deal. It's just a chunk of my finger cut off from a metal machine. But you know what? Brennen's still here. He's still doing Chit Chats, so obviously everything's okay. You know. So that being said, Donovan, do you want to go next?
Sure. Yeah, I can go next. This is. I had to run this story by you before we start, Antonio.
Right. Of course.
In general, I feel like it's harder for me. I don't know if it's the same for you guys, but I feel like it's harder for me to like think of high school stories, even though it was more recent than middle school stories. I don't know. The middle school stuff just stands out in my mind more for some reason. But anyways,
certain ways.
Yeah. Anyways, so this story takes place in our junior year, and Antonio, you were present for it. Basically, any IB students, so International Baccalaureate students who were like taking like the upper level classes that like got you college credit.
Mm-hmm.
And if you were an IB English or it was IB theater, right?
Yes, I believe so.
Yeah. So if you were in either of those classes, you could go to the Shakespeare Festival in Ashland.
Just saying, I wasn't there from that, but I've gone there just like on its own.
Oh yeah,
the Shakespeare Festival is in Macbeth.
Mm-hmm. It's good. Yeah, they put on some dope plays there.
Yeah, we saw 3 plays and they're all the Shakespeare one I don't think we were too crazy.
Well, the Shakespeare one was my least favorite, but it wasn't because it was bad. It's just the other one. I liked the other ones more.
Yeah,
it was. I feel like it was Romeo and Juliet, but it was like they were trying to modernize it, and
they did that with Macbeth because that's what I went and saw was Macbeth. But the way they did it was to where it's like, imagine today's world and technology, but if we never got rid of the idea of king and queens.
That's cool.
And so the kids looked like teenagers, like torn jeans, wearing like leather jackets, kind of, and like really like seemed like normal people. But King like Macbeth had like still like a crown, like a cape, but he was wearing like a tuxedo and shit like that.
Mm-hmm. I feel like they did a similar sort of thing when we went to see it, but like
I don't remember.
It still felt like Shakespeare just because of like the speech and stuff.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. I think I actually almost fell asleep during that play.
I think I did fall, and I feel ashamed of it, but I'm pretty sure I
was sitting next to you, Antonio.
Mm-hmm. I don't think anyone noticed besides maybe you and like maybe like one of our friends that was sitting next to us. But like,
yeah,
I felt embarrassed. I was like, oh shit.
Yeah. Well, you have a tendency to fall asleep during stuff. I remember you fell asleep when we went to see a play in like elementary school too.
And I would fall asleep at the whole center concerts. Whenever we weren't playing.
Yeah.
So what can I say? I'm a sleepy boy, you know.
Yeah.
But you know what? Can you? No, I'm just kidding. Continue on.
Yeah. Okay. So we were kind of in between the plays. Because obviously we weren't watching plays the whole time. We kind of had some moments of freedom where we got to kind of like go out in Ashland and kind of explore and look around. Yeah. They have some really nice parks there that we were like, I think we played like ultimate frisbee in one of the parks and stuff like that. Going to different restaurants and stuff. But at one point, me, you, and then 3 other friends, we decided to walk kind of like out of the boundaries of where the teachers wanted us to go, and we ended up going to like a Dairy Mart or like basically just a little like drugstore that was out of the boundaries of where the teachers wanted us to go.
Drugs? And you guys got drugs?
Yeah, we got drugs.
What?
We got drugs at the drugstore.
No comment. Okay.
Yeah, so that part of it honestly is not very like important to the story. What is important though is as we were leaving, one of our friends randomly in conversation brought up the topic of like circumcision out of nowhere, and like he was our friend, but he was Brennen's reaction. Somehow circumcision came up, and
somehow,
and we kind of knew this guy. I mean, like he was our friend, but we didn't know him that well.
We weren't as close to him as you know, like as like me and Donovan are, like, you know, or like us three. So
yeah, like I would ask you about circumcision.
Dude, I was straight up and be like, damn. Instead of saying like he wasn't as close to like the 3 of us.
I'm putting it in perspective because me and Donovan were there.
No,
Look,
I know.
okay, and also because I'm not your friend, Brennan. Okay. Anyway,
Yeah.
continue.
Whoa.
I'm glad we got
Okay.
that out of the way.
Brennan's gonna leave now.
Anyways, continue.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was just weird that he brought up circumcision and he asked us if we were circumcised or not, and he was like deadly serious about it. He was like, guys, are you circumcised?
Yeah.
Did you have your foreskin removed? And we're all just kind of like, I think we like took turns like going around and like confirming
I'm
whether
pretty
or
sure.
not.
I'm pretty sure one of the people in our group was female. Also.
Yeah. And so she was just kind of like, yeah, I'm circumcised, obviously.
Yeah.
Yeah, when they did mine, it took a little too much off.
Yeah. They, a little too much.
Yeah, it was just kind of a weird bonding, I guess you could call it a bonding moment with someone who I'll probably never talk to ever again.
So,
and also the way I found out that some of my friends were circumcised or not.
the funny thing is, the whole situation is funny, but for my perspective, what was funny is that I was kind of zoning out at this point, like for whatever reason. So I didn't hear him ask this.
Antonio was falling asleep.
I was falling asleep during the conversation. And so I didn't hear him ask this question. So the first thing I noticed was everyone's reaction and then him just smiling at everyone. and then like I think you caught me up. You were like, he just asked us if we were circumcised, and I was like, oh.
Oh, interesting. Interesting topic. For some reason, it was just like, it was so serious a topic to him. He was just like, I need to know. Like, in order for me to be friends with you guys, I need to know if
it's
you're
a little
circumcised.
out of left field, you know?
Yeah, a little bit. And before you ask, I will neither confirm or deny if Antonio is circumcised. So don't come run into my DM.
You were circumcised, but no, you're putting it on me. So thank you, appreciate that. I don't know. I feel like that's oddly enough. This might make me sound weird. I feel like that's a question that like I would ask you guys like when we're like sleeping over at one of our houses, like just in the middle of the night.
Well, you mean like a sleepover question?
Yeah. I feel like that like in my mind that wouldn't be weird in that scenario, but in the scenario that we were in when he asked, it was a little like
right.
You know,
it was just the setting. It was the setting that made it weird.
Yeah. At the Shakespeare Festival in Ashland, Oregon.
Festival.
Yeah, he was just walking with it. He was like, "It's time. It's time.
I need to ask."
Yeah,
he's cool though. I do.
No,
he's a cool guy.
He's a cool guy. No, this is definitely not like in bad spirit. This story.
Yeah.
You know? But anyway, I have a story that I could tell if you guys don't mind. So okay, yeah, I think I will. Yeah, I'll tell this story first. So this one's a lighthearted one, and I feel like it's one that I say this every time, but I feel like it's one that I have told you guys at some point before, but maybe you forgot or maybe I've never said it. It's a story that I'm not super proud of. So one day during lunch, our school was by like a variety of different fast food places. There was a Taco Bell, there was a McDonald's, there was a Carl's Jr. And during Carl's Jr., they would serve like these like little lunch boxes, right? Like for like $5. So a lot of people would go to Carl's Jr. and get lunch there, including myself. So one day I went there to get lunch, and I think I had already. Well, no, I think actually I had already eaten lunch, and I was going with a group of someone else, a group of other people who were actually getting lunch there. The reason why I say that is because I remember I didn't buy any food. But at one point, they were calling a number because you know how they would like have like the to-go numbers, and then they would be like, oh, when someone's order was done, they would call their number. They were calling a number, and no one was picking it up, and that was like a common thing that would happen. But then usually it would just take like someone a second, like, oh, I didn't hear my number getting called, and then they would come up and get their food. But at this point, no one was going up to get their food, and so this fast food employee was just like, hey, I got your food. Anyone here? The number? I don't remember what number it was. But then at one point I saw the number. Like I saw just the card that had the number on it in the corner, like by like the drink machine, and no one had claimed it. No one was holding on to it. It was just sitting there. And so I did something a little devious. I got the number and I claimed it to be mine,
Bruh.
and the employee didn't know.
I remember that.
You do remember this?
Antonio yoinked some fucking girls junior.
I did, yeah. It's called business. It's called, what is it called? What do they call that? It's called
It's just good business.
It's called the hustle. It's called the hustle. That's what they call it. That's what it's called.
It's called stealing.
It's no, that's a little harsh. I don't know if I'd say that. No, so so yeah, I got this food and I ate it and I was like, you know what, this is great. My thought process was that the person left for some reason and left their number and was like, I don't really want this food anymore. Anyway, not gonna justify doing it. Don't do that. But anyway, so I ate the food and then I went, and then lunch was ending, so I went back to the school, went back to class, and I was sitting in class, and then I kid you not, I was sitting in class, and then this guy that I sat next to, in that class, he came in kind of like later and like sat next to me, and he looked kind of upset, and so I asked him, I was like, hey, what's wrong, dude? You doing all right? And he was like, nah, man, I didn't eat anything during lunch. And I was like, oh, how come? And I was like, well, I went to Carl's Jr. and ordered food, and then I guess someone just took my food. So the guy that I was sitting next to, I took his food, and I didn't tell him. I was just like, oh man, that sucks. I'm sorry.
It would have been even better if you would have been like if you ordered like a certain thing,
Mm-hmm.
If you would have been like, damn man, well that cheeseburger was really good. Wait, what?
I'm just like he's like I'm like, did you order a cheeseburger, fries, a drink, and a cookie? And he's like, yeah. And I was like, oh, that sucks. I'm sorry that someone ate that.
Well, okay. Did you ever tell him that you were the one, or no?
To this day, I don't think he knows. No.
Do you think it would probably clear your conscience if you told him?
Maybe, but nah, it's fine. I'm sure he forgot anyway.
Like 4 years ago,
Dude,
when your meal got stolen from Carl's.
This is a super short story, so I'm not going to count it as a story of mine. But I did that to my friend Zach. I stole him Arizona out of his backpack without ever telling him. And then, 20 minutes later, he realized it was gone. He was like, what the fuck? And he was all confused. And like a year later, I buy him an Arizona and give it to him. He's like, what's this for? I'm like, the Arizona you lost like a year ago out of your backpack. And he goes, you son of a bitch.
So he remembered, like,
yeah, he remembered. I was like, remember that Arizona that went missing from your backpack like a year ago? And he goes, oh, you son of a bitch.
See, I don't feel like this person would remember that. I feel like it was that long ago, and the only reason I remember is because I was the one that got the food. But hey, this is just a theory. Let's just be a lesson to anyone watching. Don't steal other people's food. That's not very nice. Don't do that.
Well, also don't leave your ticket for your food out in the open where somebody can steal it.
That's another good lesson. Yes, that's very true. Don't do that, because you might have a jerk like me come up and take it, and then who's really to blame at that point? Still
right.
Me, probably. But that being,
I'm almost inclined to say that you aren't at fault, because honestly, I would have made the same choice.
Thank you, appreciate that.
Yeah,
thank you for defending my very, very not horrible decision.
Yeah.
Anyway, Brennan, do you have another story that you would like to tell?
I'm debating whether I want to tell a really fucked up story or just another funny story. So
it is up to you.
Well, my battery's dying, so I guess
if you would also like Donavan to go before you, that's also
honestly fun. I'm still trying to think of a second story.
Okay, then I'll tell the second one.
Okay.
With a little bit more funny one. It's still a little iffy, but it's more funny, the reaction that we got out of it. So for those of you who know, I'm big as fuck. I'm 6'7". Okay.
Yeah.
I'm huge. I was the biggest guy in school. I eventually grew out the tallest teacher at our school, and everyone's like, dude, you're bigger than Mr. And so I was officially the biggest guy at school. And especially near the end of my sophomore year, and then extremely during my junior and senior year. I would get people just randomly threatening to fight me just because they wanted to, because I was the big guy, you know?
Yeah.
So I'd have kids like freshmen and fucking sophomores. Like my senior year, I had one sophomore run up to me, hand me a note, and then start walking off. And all the note said was, "I bet I could beat your ass in a fight." And I just remember looking at him, and he looked at me, and I just went, "Go ahead and try."
Wait, was this like a serious? Like this was completely serious?
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
And then
Yeah,
I'd be walking on the freaking hallway, and someone would like bump into me, and I stepped on the kid's shoe in front of me, and I fucking clench his fist and turn around so fast, like he's ready to beat the shit out of whoever who like did that, you know? He stopped, saw me, and literally did this. Like up at me. And I just remember being like, "Hey, sorry man, someone tripped me." And then he goes, "You're good, man." And he turns around and his friend just starts dying laughing, like, "You fucking puss." But those are just examples. The main story, my favorite one was you guys probably remember a lot of the people I hung out with that were in like the shop class, like they were all like the big bearded dudes,
I think so,
kind
yeah.
of.
Mm-hmm.
And other than the one girl that was in the class, but it was all like pretty muscular, like pretty bearded dudes I've been friends with for a while. And there was this one guy who, for some odd reason, thought that I was stealing his girlfriend, even though I've talked to his girlfriend, even though like, at that time I talked to his girlfriend like twice. And so he kept telling everyone that he was going to fight me and kept saying all this shit and saying all these things. And one day, I was walking out of metal shop class, and he was walking. You guys remember how like the school we went to? You remember where I had my metal shop class, like the far back of the school.
I think so. Yes.
Remember how there was like that little weird walkway that had like a fence to like the other side, kind of.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, kind of.
Yes.
We were walking out of the metal shop, and it was me and all these just big dudes, like all the big shop dudes. So kind of muscular, beards, tall guys. And he comes walking by, and he goes, "Ever talk to my girl again? I'm gonna beat your fucking ass." And he's like, I didn't diss him, like he yells that shit at me, and I was like, "Dude, I don't even fucking talk to your girlfriend. You're full of shit. You just want to start shit." He goes, "Yeah, right. I'd kick your ass." Fucking all these fucking dudes that were in the shop class with me fucking lined up next to me, and we're like, "Well, guess what? We're all on his side, jackass. So keep fucking walking."
Damn, dude.
So he fucking looked at all of us and walked off. Never heard from him again.
That's sick.
Never heard
you
from
had
him
a
again.
Posse.
And so I told them all the next day. I was like, thanks. I was like, "Yeah, thanks for that, guys." And they're like, "Yeah, dude. Well, he fucked with one of us, so he's gonna have the whole metal shop class on his ass."
Damn.
Always got your
Damn
back.
shit, dude.
But it was just so funny just seeing him like talking shit, and he's like, "Yeah, go ahead and try, dumbass. We're all on his side."
Damn.
And it was like, a little bit later, I'll tell you who, and you'll even laugh harder when I tell you who was there. Not gonna say names on camera.
Needless to say, we are going to ask who it was after we're done recording.
Oh yeah, and once I tell you, you're gonna be like, "Oh shit."
I want to make a guess after we're done as to who it was.
Fun.
I have no idea who.
But so that was fun.
I bet you could like go toe to toe with anybody in the school and probably knock them out.
I honestly can't think of like.
That's the thing, is that I may not be that good at fighting, but with my size, if you better get me first or get away from me, because the second I get my hand on you, I'm not letting go.
Yeah, because you have brute strength, dude. Like you have that, and people would not be able to like handle it unless
I'll pull a fucking kung fu handler. What are you gonna do? That? Guys, sit on me.
Exactly. Yeah.
When you were born, Brennen, like your stats, like you had like extra points in the attack category.
You did not start at level 1. You started at like level 5.
Yeah, they took it out. Yeah, they took it out. They took the points out of the speed category and put it in the fucking strength.
Strength category. Damn. Oh wow. Yeah, dude, don't mess with Brennen.
Don't mess with Brennen.
But to be honest, I could beat you up, Brennen. No kidding. No,
With a baseball bat, maybe.
with that baseball bat that Dean almost used to smash my
Yeah.
laptop.
I have a bigger, heavier one.
Exactly. And you have swords. You literally
And
have
you
a
have a
sword up
katana.
there on your wall.
Okay, well that one's foam, but that one and that one are real.
Yeah.
And also
Still.
depending how tomorrow might go, depending on whether it's raining or not, I might be buying another one.
Damn.
Remind me never to go to your room alone with you, Brennan.
Yeah, you too.
So I have this one and that one, which are both plastic foam cosplay swords. And then I have an actual Gladius on that wall. And then I have Ronin's sword from the Avengers Infinity War.
No way.
Over there.
Whoa. Dope.
That's sick. Damn. I really want to know who that person is now, but we have to move on. We can't say it. Don't want to
No.
out anyone here. Oh, shit, what the fuck? Anyway, Donovan, do you have another story you want to tell?
You know, I don't know if I have a story. I just like have like a series of experiences and that I want to talk about, I guess.
Yeah, if you have like
Yeah.
some small like stuff you want to discuss, that's fine.
Well, I think you can. This is one that you can contribute to because I just wanted to talk about like NHS in general.
Oh,
'Cause
I thought about that, but I didn't really know what we would talk about regarding it. But actually,
we don't
I feel
really
like-
have like a specific story, just like a lot of inside jokes and stuff that we had from it. I think.
Yeah, because I feel like me and you. So NHS, for anyone that doesn't know, and Brennan, I don't know if you know, National Honor Society. It's
Oh, yeah.
basically a bunch of overachievers. And
I think we were like the most underachiever of the overachievers.
that's what I was gonna say. I think that me and you kind of stuck out in that group because
Yeah,
it was
like-
a lot of that. It was a lot of like higher ranking students, whatever you would call them.
Right.
Mainly just people that would like put in a lot of like extra work or like because not everyone that was like had like high grades was in it. It was only like it was only people that basically that wanted to be in it, you know.
Well, it was high grade. It was based on grades whether or not you got in. I'm pretty sure you had to get like a certain GPA and like take a certain number of like advanced classes, and then that made you eligible. And the only reason that we got in is because we were just book smart. We just had the good grades because we did well in.
Yeah, and what I meant is like not everyone that had good grades was in it. Like there were certain people that just weren't in it. So you had to want to be in it if you wanted to do it. You know what I mean? But
Yeah.
I think we wanted to do it because it felt like something good to like have on our transcripts or like school
College
documents and stuff.
Honestly, I just did it for the college resume, but part of it was that you had to do like the community service stuff too and get a certain number of service hours, and that was like really. Yeah, I don't think it was hard. It was just like annoying at times.
Yeah,
there was like multiple times where I was like, how can I forge this so that I can like get people's signatures to get the most number of
horrible people. No, it was. I mean, like in retrospect, I feel like it wasn't too big of a thing that we had to do, but it was still like at the time we were like just like, oh man, I don't want to. Like we have to go volunteer. This is why can't they just give us the why can't we just be in National Honor Society and not do anything? But we had some fun times.
We had like monthly meetings, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we had like and I remember something funny that sorry, I don't mean to like take over. I know you were talking about it, but like I remember a lot of times we would forget that the meetings were going to happen because I think they would always be on like the second Thursday of the month. And a lot of times me and you would just be like, did you remember there was a meeting today? And we'd be like, no. And then we either would just not go or we'd show up like late.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
We just were not very like hooked into it. I do want to give a shout out though, because like literally that's all I had to say is just like that we were in NHS and like we were kind of shit at it. But I do want to give a shout out to Bear Hat Lady.
Bear Hat Lady, oh shoot. I forgot about Bear Hat Lady.
Is that even a story or is that just a dumb inside joke?
It's kind of both.
I mean, okay, so like we volunteered at this food kitchen for homeless people and needy people in our community in Eugene, and
Brennan, I don't know.
basically all we did was just like prepare food and like
What's
pack
up, Brennan?
up food.
The way he said that, homeless people, needy people.
Yeah. It was.
I mean, that's how. What do you want me to say? They were needy.
Great way of describing it, Donovan.
They were in need, right?
They were in need. They needed
people who
food.
needed stuff.
Yes.
Yeah.
People who needed food but could not afford it in the community, and there was just this one woman who was there like every single night that we volunteered to do stuff there, and she just always wore this stupid bear hat. That's it.
See, what Donovan needs is that she would always wear a sort of like headpiece that kind of was like had like little bear ears, and it was cute. You know, it wasn't stupid. That's a little rude. It was this cute, you know, little quirky little like headpiece, like beanie almost. Yeah, it was pretty stupid. No, I'm kidding.
We definitely brought life to that kitchen though, because like it was a lot of like adults and like college students, and we were just kind of there, and we were like, when can we leave? And so we would just kind of like joke around the whole time, and we didn't really care like what people around us thought. And so I feel like we kind of like we were kind of the life of the party there.
Yeah, we're kind of outing ourselves here.
We kind of are.
We still did work, but we, you know, like me and Donovan talked to each other a lot, and like I wouldn't say we were on task 100% of the time, like fully.
No.
But at one point, there was that lady who wore a bear hat, and at one point, me and Donovan were like talking to each other, and we were like talking about like the people that volunteer with us commonly, and then I think I don't remember which one of it was, but one of us was just like, you know, like the bear hat lady.
I think it was me, because I
and
was
we
like,
immediately both
we
knew
never
what we were
talked
talking
about it before, but like I thought about it every single time we went. Like, oh, she's here again! Oh my god!
Yeah, she was always there. She was a constant, you know.
Yeah, she was there like every single night.
Yeah.
And I
then
think
we just bust up
finally
laughing.
acknowledging her existence was just like so hilarious for some reason.
Yeah, because after we would volunteer, pretty much every time, like me and Donovan would like hang out and like go get food or something. And so just one night when we were doing that, we just cracked up laughing from just the bear hat lady.
Yeah, we got Dean to go a few times too.
Yeah, Dean went with us pretty often.
Yeah,
and that was. Like, I guess that is kind of like a high school story, right? Because we did that because of like something from our high school.
Well, okay, I guess a real story having to do with that is one time we were like packing meat, and we had to take meat out of these boxes, and some of the meat was like spoiled, and we got this one box of meat one time where like all the meat in the box was just disgusting. It was like moldy and gross, and like nobody could eat it.
Why were we giving it to homeless people?
I don't know.
No one wants this, so let's just give it to them. That's so horrible.
No, okay, but we got rid of that meat though, because we were like we can't use that meat, obviously.
Okay.
And I just remember we were like cracking up laughing because we were like, oh, it's the cursed box. You can't get a cursed box.
Oh, the bacon. Oh
yeah,
Oh yeah. No, I remember. No, I know. It's coming back to me now.
There might be more of that story.
We weren't packaging spoiled food, but every once in a while, one of the the meat packages that we would get would be spoiled, and then we would throw those away.
Because it was all donated. So like people might have donated stuff that was out of date.
Yeah, exactly. And yeah, there was like a box where like all of it was just spoiled, and we just called it the cursed box.
Cursed box.
Man,
and then we would go grab a new box and be like, "Oh, is it cursed?" Oh.
Yeah. That was specifically, I remember Dean was there for that.
Yeah, he was. That was fun though.
What?
That was fun times though. Anyways,
yeah.
I feel like that was kind of a ramble, but
No, it's fine. Brennan, did you enjoy that? Did you enjoy that story?
I
Yeah,
don't think Brennan was paying attention.
I think Brennan's looking at his cut finger, just like
Yeah,
reminiscing
he is.
about his chunk of finger that's gone.
He checked out just like you checked out of the Shakespeare Festival.
I had to wait for you guys. I had to wait for you guys to catch up. It lagged super bad.
Oh.
And you guys both froze, and then like no one was talking, and so I had to wait for it to catch up. So finally, all at once, I heard Antonio say super fast. Did you enjoy that story?
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Yes, that was very interesting. Very interesting.
Cool. Glad you liked it.
The bear
This
hat
is a
lady
great.
will go
This is
down.
a great episode. I love this episode. of Chit
The
Chats.
bear hat lady will go down in history.
Yes, she
Bear
will. She really will. She's up there with the greats. Miss you, Bishop. I don't know if she might be. I don't know if she's dead. Anyway, let's.
He's not dead. I hope he's still volunteering.
I hope she's anyway. Let's. This episode has been. I think we've been going for a while. So I think.
For about an hour.
I think if you guys don't mind, I think I might tell my last story, and then I think we might wrap it up.
Okay.
That's fine.
But okay, so this is. I'm debating if I want to call Dean in for this because this is kind of more Dean's story. But I was
It's just
there.
going to
for
take
it.
more time.
Yeah, exactly.
Do it. No, do it.
I'll see. I'll start telling it. I'll see. Dean, come in my room. I'll start telling it, and I'll.
No, don't tell Dean to come in the room.
No, I did. It's too late. It's too late. Okay. So
he's gonna bust on the door and be like, "The milkman's here."
I'll set it up, right? So Dean and I used to teacher assist for one of our old teachers. And so like for one period of class, we would like just stay in his room and like kind of help him grade papers or print out stuff or staple stuff, whatever he needed us to do. But a lot of time, he was a pretty chill teacher. So like a lot of times we would just kind of like goof off or do homework. And there was one time when like, this is sort of a tangent, but one time we were just like alone in his room. He was like out of the room for some reason. I think he might have been at a meeting. And so we just took the opportunity and we were just like kind of goofing off. And then we decided to like take pictures of us in the like we decided to recreate scenes from Drake and Josh like in his room. Specifically from this episode where they like run over Oprah. Anyway, that's a quick tangent, but the main story that I want to tell, and I was going to call in Dean, but I think he might be busy. So one day, Dean left the room to go to the bathroom, and it was just me in there, and I was just doing homework. And then when Dean came back, he was like laughing, and I was like, "What's so funny?" And he kind of was just like, "I need to show you. I don't want to tell you. I need to show you." So I was like, "Okay, I don't know what you mean." And so he's like, "Give me your phone." And I was like, "What?" I was like, "Okay." So I think he took my phone, took it to the bathroom because that's where. Yeah, he took it to the bathroom, and the whole time I was like, "I don't know what he's doing." He comes. I don't know why he couldn't just use his phone, but he used my phone, took a picture of it of whatever he saw, and he showed me what he had saw in the bathroom was a condom, probably used, on the floor of the bathroom and a bathroom pass strategically placed next to it, almost to just imply that the person used the bathroom pass for whatever teacher this was to go to the bathroom, and you can connect the dots from there. So I do have the picture that he took, but I don't think I'm going to show it.
You need to show us after the video.
I'm good.
So in case you don't understand, someone had sex in the bathroom and used the bathroom pass as an excuse to go to the bathroom and have sex. That's what happened. That's what happened at our high school.
I'm not surprised. Those bathrooms were filthy most of the time. Like people would smoke and vape and have sex and whatever else in those bathrooms.
Oh yeah, I knew people that would have sex in the metal shop bathroom, and I wanted to kill them.
I just don't like. Look. People can do whatever they want, right? But at the same time, really in the school bathroom, out of anywhere,
living like Larry, Antonio. Living like Larry.
living like something.
Honestly, it ruins the bathroom experience. Just why even go to the bathroom at that point?
Well, I just don't like I feel like it's mainly because like they're struggling to like find privacy, right?
I'm trying to get that bussy.
That
Do it after school somewhere else. So I don't know.
Well, I just don't like because I'm trying to like justify it, and I don't know why I'm trying to justify it. Like, I think the thought process is like, oh, we're too young to we still live with our parents. We can't go. We can't have sex at anyone's house because our parents are going to be there. So let's go to the bathroom of our school, and hopefully no one will come in. and then they do it, and that's why people have sex in the bathroom. That's my hypothesis, at least.
That's my hypotenuse.
Yeah, that's my thesis. That's my
Thanks for
final
your
thesis.
TED Talk.
Yeah, but no, I'm sorry, I can't support it. I'm sorry. Do it in your car. Even I think that's even more acceptable. Just don't do it in the
Well,
bathroom.
if they didn't have a car though, what then? Like their bike?
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just not in the back. You know what?
Do
Let
it in
this-
the bike path.
Let this be a lesson
Don't do it.
to anyone watching. If you mess with tall people, or
If you all need a place to fuck and you don't have a car or a school bathroom, Antonio's backyard address is not.
no. You know what? This episode's going to end now. I've decided. So thank you,
You know
guys
what?
for watching.
This episode's been sponsored by
This episode was
Trojan condoms.
this episode was freaking all over the place. My head has just been like in a strew today. Is that the phrase? It's been very discombobulated today. So excuse me if this episode has been kind of all over the place. But I had fun. I hope you guys had fun, because I had fun. I just like talking to y'all. Y'all are some good people to talk to. So that being said, we're going to end this because everyone's getting tired. It's pretty late. So that's our high school
We're all
experience.
going to lose an
everybody.
hour of sleep tonight, too, guys.
What?
We're all losing an hour of sleep tonight, too.
That's true.
Oh, yeah.
That's true.
fun.
I don't know when, but yeah, no, it's going to be daylight savings time pretty soon from the day that this is being recorded. So that being said,
Usually the clock usually goes back once it hits 2 and goes back to 1.
but it's not going back; it's going forward.
Oh no, it'll go from 2 to 3 instantly.
Yes.
Okay, we should talk about this after the chit chat.
Yeah. Woo, yeah, Chit Chats. Woo. Okay, cool. All right, so that's going to end this episode of Chit Chats. This went on for way too long. Hope you enjoyed either way.
I came into your fast.
You're too late. We're ending the episode now. Dean, tell us about the condom you saw in the bathroom really quick.
So one time.
So this episode's not over, actually.
So the episode. One time.
No. Thank you, everybody, for watching. This has been Chit Chats. Antonio's stop the video. Stop the video. Click stop. Click stop. Stop. Stop.
Chit
Stop.
Chats
Stop. Stop.
is.
Stop.
Woo! Yeah!
Dean, do it.
I'll do the dance. That means I'll do the dance. That means
Yeah.
I'll end the episode already.
Oh!